The door was open only 2 inches. Just 2 inches. But that was enough. James heard the slow scrape of claws, felt warm breath in the dark, and finally understood this was the night everyone feared. James Orrin had been on Koresh the Ninth long enough to know the locals didn't fear easily. The Koreshans had strong bodies, sharp claws, and battle-hardened instincts. But whenever someone mentioned the twin moons, their scales dimmed and their voices dropped to a whisper. Every single person told him the same simple rule: lock your door. Do not speak. Do not answer her. He laughed at first. He thought it was a superstition. Something cultural. Something old. Nobody ever said who she was or why nights under the twin moons were so dangerous. They only stared at the sky with tight jaws and fear in their eyes. James didn't believe in fear. Not human fear, and definitely not alien legends. So on the night the twin moons rose, glowing huge and silver across the sky, he sat on his bunk with his door cracked open. He wanted fresh air, wanted to prove nothing strange was out there. But something was. At first, the outpost fell to quiet. The generators hummed, then faltered, then grew unusually soft. Even the wildlife disappeared. The air thickened, warm and sweet, carrying a scent James couldn't place, something fruity, metallic, intoxicating. He breathed it in without thinking, and the hairs on his arms stood straight up. His heart slowed. His mind fogged. Then he heard it, a gentle scratch. Then another, and another moving closer. Step by step. James sat up slowly, trying not to breathe too loudly. The scratching continued, delicate but deliberate, as if someone were tracing the walls with a single sharpened claw just to announce their arrival. The scent in the air grew stronger, swirling around him like invisible hands. A shadow slid across the hallway floor, then a voice, soft, feminine, too calm to be safe, whispered from the darkness outside the door. "Your door is open." James stiffened. The door moved on its own, sliding open a little wider with a soft mechanical sigh. Moonlight spilled inside, washing the room in cold silver light. And standing in that light was a Koreshan female, taller than any James had ever seen, with glowing scales shifting like liquid fire. Her eyes burned with molten brightness. Her breathing was slow, heated, controlled but trembling at the edges. She stepped inside with a grace that felt both beautiful and deadly. James whispered, "Who are you?" The female tilted her head, watching him like a predator studying a new kind of prey. "They call me the sister," she murmured. "You should not have left your door open." Her voice was warm, pulling, dangerous. She moved closer, each step slow and intentional. Her scent filled the room until James could barely think. She wasn't like the others. She wasn't polite or calm or rational. Her body radiated heat waves that made the air shimmer. She reached out and touched the metal table beside him. With a slight squeeze, the metal bent and dented under her claws. She didn't even look at it, she looked only at him. "I smelled you," she whispered. "I came because you called." "I didn't call anyone," James said, stepping back. "You opened your door," she replied. "That is enough." Her eyes glowed brighter as she took another step forward. James felt his pulse jump. Her heat cycle, whatever Koreshans experienced under the twin moons, wasn't just biological. It was overpowering, ancient, instinct-driven, and now he was caught in it. He forced himself to stay calm. "Why me?" Her voice lowered into a purr. "Humans carry a scent we cannot resist during the moon rise. You do not know what you do to us." James took another small step back, careful, controlled. If he moved too fast, she might attack. If he rejected her too hard, she might snap. He needed to keep her calm, keep her focused, keep her grounded until morning. "Let's talk," he said softly. "Just talk." Surprisingly, she listened. Her eyes narrowed but softened. She followed him to the small table and sat, breathing heavily, but less aggressively now. Moonlight lit her scales in shifting colors, green to gold to orange. "My name is Lyria," she said after a long moment. "I am youngest of my line, and tonight, my instincts choose a partner." James swallowed. "And if I say no?" Her jaw tightened. "Then instinct chooses for you." The room grew hotter, her scent thicker, her desire stronger. James forced himself to keep speaking, to distract her, to slow the rising fire in her eyes. He asked about her tribe, her mother, her traditions. She answered in a trembling voice, trapped between instinct and reason. For a moment, he believed he was winning. The glow in her body dimmed slightly. Her muscles relaxed. Her breathing steadied. Then everything shattered. A loud, primal shriek ripped through the hallway. Lyria's eyes flashed bright red. "Another sister," she hissed. "She has scented you." The metal door shook violently. Something big slammed against it. The hinges buckled. Dust fell from the ceiling. A second Narration, female completely consumed by the heat cycle, was trying to break in. Lyria stepped in front of James, her body blazing with bioluminescent fire. Her claws extended with a sharp metallic click. She hissed loudly, her voice distorted with raw instinct. "She wants you," Lyria growled. "But she cannot have you." The door dented inward with a deafening bang. James jumped but forced himself to move. He rushed to the door and slammed it shut completely, locking every bolt. The banging continued, louder, more desperate, more violent. "Stay back," Lyria snarled. James touched her arm gently. "Dangerous move. Stupid move." But he had no choice. "Lyria," he said softly, "stay with me. Look at me. Breathe." Her chest heaved. Her claws trembled. She fought herself, shaking with instinctual rage. Slowly, painfully, the red in her eyes faded back to glowing gold. The banging stopped. The hallway fell silent. Lyria sank to the floor. Exhausted. The night crawled forward. Hour after hour, breath after breath. With each passing minute, her heat dimmed, her scent cooled, her eyes calmed. As the twin moons finally lowered, the glow in her scales faded completely. When dawn's pale blue light filled the room, she finally spoke in her true voice. "I am myself again," she said, tired and embarrassed. "I almost hurt you. I almost killed her. But you stayed calm." James laughed weakly. "Trust me, I wasn't calm." Lyria stood slowly, her scales matte and peaceful. "Next moon rise. Lock your door. Humans are not meant for our heat." James nodded. "Next time, I'm sealing the door shut with bolts." She smiled soft this time, human-like, and stepped into the hallway. Vanishing into the morning light, James sat alone in the soft glow of sunrise, knowing no one on earth would ever believe the night he survived. A night when instincts older than civilization came for him, and he chose calm over panic. A night only HFY would understand. If you want more thrilling HFY sci-fi stories like this, subscribe now, because the next night on Narration will be even more dangerous.